Hello and welcome back to Unreal Engine 5 visual novel and narrative game online course. In the last lesson we started the message end, and from what we said, we need a way to indicate to the user that the message has ended and he can move to the next one. So to achieve this, we have an overlay here inside the dialog box. If we close the vertical box, which includes all the dialog box besides the image, the background image, we can add a throbber here. It's a simple way to do it. Give the player a visual. I'm going to add the throbber here, and I'm going to set it on the bottom, align vertically, and create a line, which is a little bit too right. Maybe make this 4 dots. And let's play with its translation a little bit. Put it on minus, not 10, minus 20. Minus 40. Yeah, minus 40 looks nice. And for the height, y-axis, minus 40 again. No, that's too high. Minus 25. Yep. I think it will be visible even once. Now you can have an icon for your image of your throbber. We don't have right now. If you put any icon, it will go there. But right now we can leave it to the default. Maybe we can tint it a little bit towards the gray side. No, it was better, I think. Yeah, it's fine. Visuals. So, what we need for this, we kind of need a system to control it. Surprise, surprise, we're going to create a new custom event. Custom. Now, why create events and not functions? Because most of them have time in them, and it's I think it's clearer to see the whole thing here. Some people prefer functions, some people prefer events. There are some differences, of course, but for our purposes, that time management is one of them. So I'm going to call this event. So proceed. Is this a spelling? Maybe. So, as I said, delay. We need a delay. And this is because when the message ends and we want to show proceed, we want to give a second to the player to not misclick by mistake and move to the next one. And we're going to set the visibility of the throbber, which I didn't make a variable. Everything you need to manipulate in code needs to be a variable, else it's just a visual. So compile and save. Let's bring the throbber and set visibility. Now we're going to use this function in both ways, to set it visible or invisible. So I'm going to drag this here and create an input to the function. Make it a little bit tidy as well. And if it's visible, if we are making it visible, this means, sorry, wrong, equal enum, because this is a byte. So if it's equal to visible, means we can proceed. So we get our script manager reference, which is here, and set can proceed to true. If we are not making it visible, we are hiding it, so this is false. But we are not controlling this from here. We are controlling it from the action of the script manager. And since we are controlling this from here, let's also drag from the dialog, the widget dialog, and set show proceed to hidden. We cannot proceed, we turn this hidden. Now, let's go back to our message end. We are doing the dialog example, so right now we should bring the HUD reference, get the dialog, and show proceed, and show it visible. So message ends, and it stopped typing. What type of event is it? It's a dialog. In a second, show proceed. Now to run this, since we have direct input in this blueprint, we need a way to enable it, to make it start listening. But for our purposes, we're gonna put a simple function here. We're gonna create. Let's create a function. Call it enable input. Sorry, not input. It's not an imp. Enable input after first run. So this means that we're gonna, after the first message plays, because in our scenario we have a message that plays and then we fade in. So we don't want the player to be clicking before the fade in and everything happens. So we're gonna get our script counter, and if this is equal to 1, we're gonna put a branch. We're gonna get player controller and enable input. Not to the target, to the player controller. The target should be self. We enable input on this blueprint. And the person who is enabling input is player controller, the person, the object. Now, besides input, let's show to the player that he has input. So we set show mouse cursor. In a more advanced system, maybe we could have a small subsystem that controls when the mouse is being shown and when it's not. This would be a good practice to make afterwards. Make a system that when it's dialogue, we don't see the mouse, but when there is choices and stuff like that, we see the mouse. It's design choices. Some people want the mouse visible, some people don't. It really depends on what other UI icons you have around. Because if you have buttons that you have to you can press while you have the dialog running, then you should always show mouse. Anyway, compile and save. And let's add this after the show proceed. We're gonna add enable input after first run. Now, let's connect some things and try to test it. I'm gonna connect this here, and because this is a script counter 0, and we are getting the script row just to play the music here, to be honest. I'm just gonna hard code a number 1 here, get the row from 1. I'm gonna do a sequence here. So whatever happens, play the music. and let's say 1 second delay. After 1 second, show dialog that we need to get from the dialog, and show dialog. Let's see what happens here if we do this. Compile and play. Have loading. Okay, we have music playing, we have the visual playing, but there's just one problem. We can see the dialogue before it plays. So what we're gonna do is where is the show dial? Here it is. PB main box, we make it visible. So right now we should turn box invisible as a default. Hidden. Compile and save. And let's go back to our event graph. Now we can bind our event of what happens when the dialog is finished. I'm just gonna copy this here. I'm gonna get the intro animation and create a custom event. Call it intro finished. So what happens when the intro is finished? We want to play the message. And for that, I'm gonna get the script manager and call action. So intro is finished. We are calling action. We cannot proceed anymore, so clicking will do nothing. In any case, this is the first message, so input has not been enabled. And let's comment a little bit. Because as you see, it's hard to navigate after a while. You need comments. This is the end message. Of course, show bubble. And this is action. Oh. Animation has finished. We're calling action. We cannot proceed anymore. So inputs will not trigger. So this is false, turns false, nothing will happen. We're clearing any possible text. Right now it's the first message, so it doesn't have any text. We're hiding proceed. And we're getting next script row. This is 0 as default, so it goes to row 1. We did a little bit of hard coding here to get the music starting before the show intro. Custom code for our purposes. And we're getting script row, getting the information. We are checking which event it is. It's dialog right now, and we say play message. So if everything goes well, this should play our message now. It plays the sound, it doesn't play the message. Interesting. Let's see why. We have the action here. We have the start message here. Line. Oh, we haven't passed the message here. So we're gonna get again our add reference, get dialog, and start message. And we need okay, next lesson we're gonna make some categories here. We're gonna need the name, and we're gonna need the line. Made the line string. Interesting. Anyway, it goes to text, and from text it will become string again afterwards. Now this would be more optimal if it was one type of variable, it was all string. But we shouldn't waste time now changing it. It would just require to change this to string and this to string. So this will become obsolete also. It would go directly to value. Doesn't matter. So compile and save. Blah blah one. Here we go. Let me close the music. Actually, just put it a little bit lower. Okay, we have a working. We didn't test the proceed. Appears. This was here. Was it from the beginning? I didn't notice. Let's play again. No. It goes to line 2 and it stays at line 2 even. I'm not sure. Let's put a bigger delay. On the dialogue, I'm gonna put 3 seconds. No, it was here. We're not hiding it. Why are we not hiding it? Speed. Anyway, that's a thing to figure out for the next lesson. Goodbye for this one. See you on the next.